This is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have a very exciting episode for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you why I get into raw foods and share with you some ideas I have about who is in control of our health and who we allow to be in control of our health. So I got into raw foods many years ago because of a health challenge. I had spinal meningitis, which was caused by complement immune deficiency. And as you may know, spinal meningitis can be caused by a bacteria or a virus. And unfortunately, I had the viral version of the spinal meningitis for which there is no cure. So I'm only here today to speak with you and share this message with you because of higher powers. And I believe there's a reason for me being here today. So at the time when I was in the hospital and the doctor told me that I might not make it out of the hospital alive, my whole reality was, hey, you get sick, you go to the hospital, the doctors make you better, you get out, you go home. I mean, that's happened all as a kid. I'd get a cold, a flu, I'd go see the doctors, maybe they'd give me some magic pills and I'd take, and maybe I'd get better because of the pills. But hey, maybe my body healed itself and I got better. But in any case, the point is that many people put their health into their doctor's hands. So after giving my health to the hands of my doctor and maybe not coming out alive, I had to take the health back into my own hands and be responsible for my health. But who else in our society today do we give a lot of responsibility for our health? So let me let you think about that for a minute. I'll be right back. Do 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 do. All right, you come up with an answer yet? Are you like drawing a blank? So this answer is really simple, and hopefully you've come up with it. If you watch some of my past videos, you may know the answer that I'm thinking about. I mean, the most easiest answers are right in front of our eyes. I mean, I'm sitting in front of all this greenery and literally all this food. Every other animal on earth eats raw foods except us. And it's right in front of our eyes, but we choose to ignore it because we've been taught something for the longest amount of time. Something different, like, oh, you gotta cook your food, you gotta eat this, you gotta eat that. Well, hey, let's just look at animals. They've been successful for thousands of years and they're super healthy, and people from maybe eating diets that aren't so healthy are not. But this is gonna blow your mind when I tell you this one. So the people that you put your health responsibility into the most is chefs, or people that make the recipes that you make probably every night in your kitchen and you eat without questioning what you're putting into your body because you believe what those chefs are making. And yes, even if they're raw and living food chefs, you eat what they say in the book, in their recipes online. You take for granted what they're telling you to eat is healthy for you. Now, is it healthy for you? I don't know. I'd have to look at the recipe. But you know what? Let me tell you one thing. The main reason for chefs, in my opinion, are because they like to make and create foods that taste good. I mean, once again, they're mostly, and most chefs are all about the flavor. They'll think that they're maybe using, oh, I'm using raw agave, I'm using raw this, I'm using salt, I'm using cacao. It's raw, so it must be healthy. That they think they're healthy, but when it comes down to it, they're not really as healthy as I would like you to be eating. And I want you guys and you girls to think about that and take the responsibility of your health and the foods and the ingredients that you eat into your hands, and not a raw food chef, not a high profile chef, not one of those chefs on TV. Let me step back a minute. A lot of raw ingredient and a lot of raw recipes may be healthier than eating conventional, fast foods and conventional recipes. But you know what? I want you guys to be as healthy as possible, and once again, take the responsibility of your health in your hands. So before you put a raw food recipe into your body, check out each individual ingredient and do some research. Don't just trust that the raw food chef or the chef knows what he's talking about, because in my opinion, and from what I've seen, most of them have no clue what is really healthy or not. You always want to better and increase what you're doing. So if you're coming off a standard American diet and you're going to a raw foods diet, even with a lot of ingredients, that may not be so healthy, guess what? It's a step in the right direction. But I don't want you to stay in that step forever, because that is not the ultimate. And in a few simple words, the ultimate is simply this: growing and eating your own food that you grew at your house on your land, in your apartment, in your condo, wherever you live, because freshest food is always the bestest, and you want to eat a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables and not things out of cans, bottles, and jars, even if it is labeled raw. In any case, hopefully this sheds some light on the subject, and you will now be a little bit more concerned about what you're eating when you're making raw food recipes out of cookbooks, internet recipes, or wherever else. Once again, this is John Kohler telling you the truth about raw foods that you may not want to hear. We'll see you next time, and keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're good stuff.